Okay, good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's another beautiful day. Had a great evening here at Mitzpah shelter. And I'll tell you, choosing to Mitzpah hut. Made a very good decision booking huts through this section because the food is incredible. Never could have carried as much food as I've eaten over the last few days. And no exception this time. The food is delicious. Huge cinnamon rolls. Actually, I've got about half of my cinnamon roll in the back of the pack. But it's a beautiful morning. Sun's shining. There's blue sky out there. I'll show you when I get outside. But here at the Mitzpah shelter, we've got a great crew. They did a great job of taking care of all of us. And they're hard at work getting ready for the next folks. So I'll let them say hello to you.
I made the cinnamon rolls. They call me Little Dog.
Wow, cinnamon rolls. How about you guys that are hard at work?
I'm Callie. I'm Samana.
So, you had how many people here last night?
Just 8.
8 total people.
And the
Great night.
And the night before?
60.
So you adjust from 60 to 8. How do you do that?
Chill out.
Pretty nice.
So it's going to be a little bit easier day for you today?
I think so. Today's gonna be awesome.
I'm cooking today. I'm cooking for 2, maybe 3 people.
Okay. So you're like a private chef?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Nice
to have you.
Do you enjoy what you do up here?
Yeah. It's the best job. It's
good.
really awesome.
Well, thanks for everything.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Happy
trails.
trails.
We'll see you guys later.
My watch says 4 a.m. My mind says stay in bed, but my spirit says go ahead to another day, another day. And I've got miles to make, and not a single one will go to waste.
Okay, heading up the trail from the Mitzpah shelter. And here we go. Got a relatively short mileage day today. And just a continuation up kind of the shoulder of Mount Washington. Got Pierce, I think we're going over today. And heading on up to Lake of the Clouds hut. On up the trail. Sun's rising up over the hillside here, and it's a beautiful day. Nice and sunny, cool temperatures. Great day for hiking. Heading on up to the top. Another day of pretty much just up, and then half a day tomorrow over the top of Mount Washington. And then I'm assuming we're going to have a couple days of down. What goes up must come down. Some point here today we'll be popping out of the tree cover above tree line. You can see, or I can see, ahead there and above the clouds. Some of the clouds is Mount Washington. Zoom in for you. There's the antenna on top. And beautiful view this morning. We are so fortunate and blessed to have the weather that we have. And according to the weather service, it's supposed to be better tomorrow, even a little bit warmer. Calm winds. Those things are always subject to change, but well, here we are hoping that it's going to be good. And of course, like any place, they told us that the forecast the day before is usually pretty accurate. But it looks cool up there in the clouds. Mount Washington. And then the downhill slide. Okay, you guys, we're on top of Mount Pierce. First mountain of the day. Soon to be going above tree line. There's the summit marker and a nice pipe to mount my ham radio antenna. It's certainly beautiful here, and you can see the summit of Mount Washington again off in the distance there with a cloud down below it, which is kind of be neat to look down on. It's always kind of neat to see clouds down in the valley when you're above them, and kind of like the airplane that we saw yesterday flying below us. Makes it kind of neat to see. But wow, what a beautiful day to be up here. And I think that this is probably officially the summit right in here. And we're in the alpine zone now. So needing to be careful to stay on the trail. Still have Mount Washington in the foreground there. Forget the elevation. I think it's 6,288 feet, possibly. It's really up there. But we're on our way. It's a beautiful day. On our way. Look at that sky. So on up ahead here, this section is referred to as the presidentials, or the presidential range. And came over Pierce just now. And up ahead, and I'm not sure which ones it is actually. Maybe the one in the middle and one of these. But we kind of skirt around the edge of Eisenhower next, and then Monroe after that. The trail does not take us right over the top of those mountains, but kind of skirt around the edge of it and above tree line. And then just on the other side of those two mountains is the destination for today, which is Lake of the Clouds hut. And some shorter days, I guess, just from the distance perspective. Maybe it could have been stretched out a little bit further. But, well, we booked these reservations a week in advance or so. You don't really know what the weather is going to be, how long it's going to take you to cover these miles. And so that's okay. You know, kind of enjoying the stop in the huts and able to rest and relax for a couple hours in the afternoon before dinner is served at 6, and then get up and have breakfast in the morning and hit the trail, carrying a lot of snacks with me, just simply because the breakfast is so big and the dinner is so big that you really don't need to carry much food, which is the purpose for doing this, the main purpose, and that is, instead of carrying 8 or 10 pounds of food in the backpack, the food is provided along the way, and you can even buy snacks at the huts to keep you going. So it's been really a very good thing, and I've eaten a lot more food over the last few days than I normally do on the trail, and there certainly is nothing wrong with that, to keep that weight and energy up as we continue north and we head towards Maine. Looks like all today going to have that majestic mountain, Mount Washington, in the foreground, looking at it, which is awesome. Just past the side trail to Eisenhower, which we bypass, and kind of skirting the summit, which is up there. So very unlike the AT, not to go right over the top of every summit that it can, I guess. But I can get it to focus. There's Washington again in the background, foreground, center of the picture. And it's been a beautiful hike. Very pleasant so far. I can see for miles and miles and miles and miles. Pretty nice trail here. In between, the trail kind of goes down through this notch. I don't know if you can see it up there in the middle, but it's going to go right up the edge there, and then probably around that peak like we did the last one on Eisenhower. But cool country here. See buildings down below, off in the distance, of some sort. Okay, just a little bit shy of the summit of Mount Franklin, and I wanted to give you a shot back here looking to the south. Certainly is a beautiful country up here. So I'm going to go around, go over Franklin, and then kind of up around and skirt Monroe here real soon. Okay, just came over the top of Franklin, I guess. Maybe that's kind of where I'm at now. You got a 360-degree view. And here on the side of Mount Washington that you see, you'll see the Cog Railway and a couple of orange cars going up the side of the mountain, taking folks to the top. It's another way of getting there. We're going to go by foot. And there it is in the distance. Zoom out here on the right hand side. The first or the second peak before we get to Washington is Monroe. And we kind of scoot around the edge of it instead of going over the top. Maybe it's that more jagged one up ahead. But it's kind of cool to see the Cog Railroad going up the side of Mount Washington. We can hear it off in the distance now. Chugga, 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 chugga. I want to share this landscape with you a little bit more. Again, Washington in the foreground or background, or I guess it's the background, with the cloud floating by in front of it. And the trail, the Crawford Path Trail, or the AT, goes right up to the center there. Probably going to go around the right-hand side of both of these peaks up ahead. But certainly unique terrain, and it's a gorgeous day. But boy, would it be different if the weather was not this nice. And it can change with the drop of a hat. That's why they call Mount Washington the most dangerous mountain in North America, because of its elevation and because the weather can change and it just gets so brutal up there. So we're so fortunate and blessed to have the weather that I'm enjoying today, and I'm hoping that it continues tomorrow. Forecast says that it will. Hoping they're right. See somebody just for scale there to see a hiker going over the top there. Top of this little ridge, not that far ahead compared to what's way out there. Okay, guys, there's the summit of Monroe, and the ridge line that I've been coming down goes right along there and then drops off over the edge to Mitzpah shelter. And I think I'm about half a mile from Lake of the Clouds shelter, which is kind of cool. It also will line us up for an early trip over the top of Mount Washington, because I believe that it's not that far to the summit, which is cool because, you know, usually clouds build in the afternoons, general rule of thumb, and we'll be able to get up and over Mount Washington well, before noon. Kind of lost Washington behind these ridge lines for a while, but I can see that just by the shoulder of that mountain right there, but that's probably it. Looks like it's either in a cloud right now or there's one down below it. But maybe when I come around the corner here, off in the distance someplace, I should see the hut. Not the Pizza Hut, not Jabba the Hut, but Lake of the Clouds hut. Home for the night. You know, these huts, I may have mentioned it earlier, it's kind of almost like eating town food every day. Huge breakfast and huge dinner. So it's been a real treat, and been so helpful. So that looks like the hut must be maybe through this little gap over here, because I don't see it right now. But I'll show it to you when it pops into view. What a wonderful day it's been on the Appalachian Trail and in the White Mountains of New Hampshire. So fortunate to be doing this. So fortunate to have the support and love of my family, my wife, my sons, my brothers and sisters. Blessed to have the support of each of you that are watching my videos and commenting. And kind of rooting me along up the trail as I make my way towards Mount Katahdin. And just trying to get there. Trying to get there before they shut it down, but I guess being on the edge here might make it kind of nice for the fall colors in New England. As you can see by my videos recently, there have been changes to the leaf colors recently, and it should get even more spectacular over the next few weeks. The mountainside over there, if I zoom in, maybe you'll be able to see little yellow dots, the yellow foliage on the hillside. So fall's a coming. See that? Right here in this valley. A saddle, I should say. Right at the base of Mount Washington. Pretty cool. There she blows. So there's the hut that I'm going to today. Lake of the Clouds hut. And then right there is Mount Washington. Zoom in, you can see the antennas on top. So you can see that very close to get up and over the top tomorrow. Looks like I'm gonna have an afternoon of rest and relaxation today. And certainly nothing wrong with that. And my wife mentioned that there's a chance of Aurora Borealis tonight. Wouldn't that be so cool? And what a place to be able to observe it if it happens. Be quite magical, wouldn't it?
High up in the mountains, I was born in the spring, near a patch of mountain laurels where the birds they like to sing. In the hills there's still the feeling, the Spirit's still around. But as long as I stay up here, I don't know what's going down. And I feel the air grow colder, though I know I'm warm inside. And I see the lights go dimmer, though I know that there's a fire. Well, I still can feel the water, though the rivers are run dry. I can hear the preacher preaching, but the faith has gone to die. And as far as I can see, this world's been broken for a while. And as long as I can be, I still plan to walk the mile. The end could come tomorrow, but that don't matter to me, 'cause I'll be high up in the mountains when I take my final leave. Well, as long as I can sing, and as long as I can dance, and as long as I can run, and as long as I can laugh, I'll do it all with joy as I fall from up above. And the last thing that I'll see is the world that I love. Oh, high up in the mountains, I was born in the spring, near a patch of mountain laurels where the birds, they like to sing. In the hills there's still the feeling, the Spirit's still around. But as long as I stay up here, I don't know what's going down. High up in the mountains, I was born in the spring, near a patch of mountain laurels where the birds, they like to sing. In the hills there's still the feeling, the Spirit's still around. But as long as I stay up here, I don't know what's going down.